So let's start by saying that Helen Mirren said in that interview that credit must be given to the editor and for the music. Obviously, you mentioned that it's directed by Bill Condon. The editor is Virginia Katz and the music is by Carter Burwell. Adapted from a novel, which, as you said at the beginning, by Nicholas Searle, which you've read.
I have.
Adapted by Jeffrey Hatcher, who adapted Mr. Holmes. And, of course, Bill Condon had worked before with Sir Ian McKellen on a couple of films. So Helen Mirren said in that interview that this is Hitchcockian. I think that is a very kind word for what the film is. I should say from the beginning that I thought this was preposterous tosh of the highest order. That's not necessarily an entirely bad thing, but it didn't win me. In the first 15 minutes of the film, that opening sequence that you talk about when they're doing the online thing and it's establishing, it's called The Good Liar, and obviously people are filling in the online forms and telling, slight exaggerations or changes to their own scene. So it sets up that good lying thing. In the first 15 minutes of the film, it became absolutely apparent to me exactly where it was going, because you could hear the clanking and clanging of the steam engine of plot approaching from a long ways down the track, complete with guitar and harmonica accompaniment. Here it comes, there's a twist coming. So that's absolutely fine. What you won't see coming is the second major plot twist. And the reason you won't see it coming is because it appears that somebody has changed the channels on the television. And I genuinely expected Tim Curry from the Rocky Horror Show to go, or should I say Dr. Von Scott, because there is the first and obvious twist, which the whole film is building towards. And then there is the second, I'm sorry, pardon, what? Really? And I think the problem that the film has is that Helen Mirren said in that interview that it shouldn't be that you are seeing actors enjoy themselves. You should be engulfed in their world, okay? I thought that her and Ian McKellen looked like they were enjoying themselves enormously, and I wish that I was enjoying it as much as they were. And I am sure that there are circumstances under which audiences will find that level of enjoyment. For me, it felt like a really weird cross between a sort of Sunday afternoon Miss Marple murder mystery and a film which has Sir Ian McKellen dropping the rudest of rude words 3 times completely out of context in a way that made me think, now you can do that in a 15 certificate film? That's really strange.
Gandalf?
Yes, I know, exactly. So I thought it was, look, in a few weeks' time we have Knives Out, okay, which is the Rian Johnson film, which basically takes the sort of the Agatha Christie, the throwback, she was talking about throwback, takes that old kind of, what's going on story and does something really fresh, really new, really exciting, really cinematic with it. This felt to me like old-fashioned, but not in a good way. Old-fashioned in a kind of, creaky, chundering, clumphing, clum-boom plot point. I mean, there was a point in it, which 2/3 of the way through, when the second reveal happens, and I know, as you said yourself, you can't, and I just felt like going, oh, come on, really? And so I thought it was.
At least you didn't see it coming.
And at least I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming. And to carry on from the theme,
you're from space.
How exactly? And the the nude underwater swimming animated sequence, frankly, would have seemed no more out of place than the second revelation, which was like, oh, come on.
When she mentioned nude underwater swimming, I did think, where is this going? Where did this come from? And then, obviously she explains.
Yeah. Preposterous tosh.